Republicans are also freaking out about the fact that a lot of women are early voting. And I think that that's absolutely hilarious. So in Pennsylvania, more than 1.6 million ballots have already been cast. That's huge. So far, 56% of mail-in ballots there have come from women. That is a 13-point advantage over men. Charlie Kirk, very worried about that. He put out this tweet: early vote has been disproportionately female. If men stay at home, Kamala is president. It's that simple. If you want a vision of the future, if you don't vote, imagine Kamala's voice cackling forever. Men need to go vote now. And men really liked that tweet. More than 100,000 likes. And I liked every part of that tweet. So I liked, first of all, that he is very explicitly saying, dear God, can you imagine if women got their way? It's the apocalypse. And also, like, if I know that he is not trying to exercise critical thought, and I know that he is not interested in figuring out why it is that women find his movement so utterly disgusting and reprehensible. But if he were to be curious for even a second, there is evidence even inside of that own tweet. These women are going out and I don't want them to vote because they won't vote for us. Also, that harpy Kamala's cackling. Can you imagine that shrill woman in the white? Like, maybe these things are linked. Maybe this is how you're in the situation you ended up in. What do you think?
And they're wearing pants and they're playing basketball too. It's shocking, the world that we are now living in. The bar is so, forgive me, it is so low for this white male population. What is expected is nothing more than the status quo. And I love it that he's hurting. And I know that sounds tacky, but I love it that he's hurting and paranoid and that he's making other people like him hurt and be paranoid. I probably won't like the effects of that, as we mentioned, mailboxes, drop boxes are burning and the like. But for now, I think it's great. Does he not know that we are 50% of the population and that we have some rights left? Someone should tell him.
Yeah. Maybe try to actually appeal to women. This is my advice to them on two fronts, both in terms of politics and in relationships. Stop trying to figure out how to scam or legislate yourself into the position you want. Actually be appealing. And stop listening to men for advice on women who women find grotesque. It's a bad strategy, and I shouldn't need to point that out to you. But anyway, it's not just him. Cernovich tweeted, mail turnout in Pennsylvania for Trump has been a disaster. Unless this changes, Kamala Harris takes PA and it's over, which is simultaneously both probably just a description of reality. And that was less hyperbolic than what Charlie Kirk said. But also in terms of the pragmatism, he then goes on to say, it's great that Trump did podcasts. It drove news, which is good because otherwise stuff gets made up, which misses the fact that in those podcasts, Trump just makes stuff up, but whatever. Problem is thinking that DraftKings coupon code link clicking alcoholics who space out when tuning into podcasts while high vote. That's, again, no notes. I mean, you're not wrong. Women vote and more needs to be done. Now, add on, and we could appeal to them. We could stop trying to strip them of their rights. I mean, that would be a good movement. And by the way, he could be wrong. It's possible that those dude bros who listen to Andrew Tate and everything will vote at higher rates than they have in the past. That is definitely a possibility. And if they do, Trump might well win. But it's not the most plausible strategy, is what I would say. And let me add just one more thing before final comment from you, Sharon. It's not like you need to stretch to make the case to women about why they shouldn't necessarily support Donald Trump. New news comes out every single day. Here's a great example. So just a day after Trump announces that he wants to put RFK Jr. in charge of not only all health, but specifically women's health, considering the news that has come out about RFK Jr. over the past couple of months. As if that would be bad enough, RFK Jr., when asked about whether he would sign national abortion bans, just says yes. 15 weeks, 21 weeks. She gives him all these different options. He says yes and yes and yes. He doesn't care. He just wants some restrictions. So put him in charge. He will apparently push for a national abortion ban. Gee, I wonder why women aren't supporting Trump at higher rates. Any other thoughts, Sharon?
Well, they just have no gain. No game. I mean, you don't even know how to fake it great and pivot in a way that women who truly, there's a number of women out there who voted for Donald Trump in the past who really want to do it again if he would just play along. But all of these fringe, cuckoo characters, Musk and the bear guy, Kennedy, okay?
Yeah, the
Bears
bear
are not
guy.
going to be safe. Okay, it slipped my mind for a moment.
Little in the
you know,
whales.
he's the outcast Kennedy and something about bears and brainworm, okay? All of this circus like the fair came to town characters aren't helping.
Mhm.
And he just has no game. And that's a good thing for the world, for Americans. Just a stopgap. Let's hope that
Yeah.
it sticks.
Like it's a perfect metaphor because as many people have said, in an alternate world where Donald Trump hadn't been born into wealth, he could have ended up being the tyrannical leader of a super sketchy traveling circus. And I could totally see that, where he'd be continually trying to get handsy with the gymnasts and stuff like that. Like that's who he should be, a guy traveling city to city, maybe selling snake oil and giving people like intestinal disorders. That's what he should cap out at. And as a country, I think we need to make sure that he never goes above that into the White House. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.